Most parents want the best for their kids, especially when it comes to money. But without realizing it, many pass down a belief that quietly shapes how their children think about wealth, work, and success for the rest of their lives. It's not taught with bad intentions, yet it becomes one of the biggest financial limits people carry into adulthood. In this video, we're breaking down the biggest money lie parents accidentally teach their kids, where it comes from, why it sounds responsible, and how it actually holds people back financially. More importantly, you'll learn how to unlearn it and replace it with a healthier, more empowering way to think about money. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, because changing your financial future often starts with changing what you believe. Money is scarce and hard to get. This is the big one. Think about it. How many times did you hear money doesn't grow on trees, or we can't afford that growing up? Parents say these things with good intentions, trying to teach kids the value of money. But here's what actually happens. Kids don't learn to value money, they learn to fear it. They develop this belief that money is rare and incredibly difficult to obtain, and that belief sticks with them for life. When you grow up hearing that money is scarce, you start making decisions from a place of lack instead of abundance. You settle for less. You don't negotiate your salary. You don't start that business because what if you lose money? This scarcity mindset becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You believe money is hard to get, so you don't take the risks necessary to actually get it. Good grades equal financial success. Here's another big lie that parents drill into kids. Study hard, get good grades, go to a good college, and you'll be financially successful. Sounds reasonable, right? Wrong. This is probably one of the most damaging beliefs out there because it completely ignores how money actually works in the real world. The education system teaches you to be an employee, not an entrepreneur. It teaches you to follow instructions, not to think creatively about money. Some of the wealthiest people in the world were average students or even dropouts. Why? Because they understood something school doesn't teach. Financial success isn't about memorizing information and taking tests. It's about solving problems, taking calculated risks, and understanding how money flows. When parents push the good grades equals wealth narrative, they're setting their kids up to believe that someone else will take care of their financial future. Just work hard for someone else, and you'll be fine. But that's not how wealth is built. Wealth is built by owning things, creating value, and taking ownership of your financial education outside of what school teaches you. Talking about money is rude. This one kills me. So many parents treat money like it's a taboo topic. Kids ask questions about money, and parents shut them down with, "That's not polite to ask," or "We don't talk about money." You know what this creates? Adults who are completely clueless about money and too embarrassed to ask questions or seek help. Money is just a tool, but when you make it this mysterious, forbidden topic, you rob your kids of the chance to develop a healthy relationship with it. They don't learn how to budget, invest, or negotiate. Then they get out into the real world, and they're completely unprepared. The families that build generational wealth, they talk about money openly. They discuss investments at dinner. They involve kids in financial decisions. They normalize money conversations so that by the time their kids are adults, they're financially confident. Rich people are greedy or lucky. This is the lie that really messes with people's heads. Parents make comments like money can't buy happiness, or rich people are greedy, or they probably got lucky, or did something shady. These casual remarks create a toxic relationship with wealth in a kid's mind. Here's what happens. If you grow up believing that being wealthy makes you a bad person, you'll subconsciously sabotage yourself every time you start making good money. It's called an upper limit problem. You hit a certain level of success, and then you do something to bring yourself back down because deep down, you don't want to be one of those people. The truth is, most wealthy people got there by creating value, solving problems, and making smart decisions over time. Sure, some inherited it, and yeah, some got lucky. But demonizing wealth as a whole, that just ensures you'll never build it yourself. Money is neutral. It amplifies who you already are. Good people with money do good things. Bad people with money do bad things. The money isn't the problem. Save your money and you'll be fine. This is one of the most common money lessons parents pass down, and it usually comes from a good place. Phrases like "save your pennies," "put your money in the bank," and "don't spend it all in one place" are meant to teach responsibility and discipline. And to be fair, saving is important. Having emergency money and short-term security matters. The problem is that for many people, the lesson stops there. The lie isn't that saving is bad. It's that saving alone will make you wealthy. It won't. In today's world, money sitting in a regular savings account earns very little interest, often far less than the rate of inflation. That means, even though the number in your bank account stays the same or grows slightly, its real buying power is shrinking every year. You're technically losing money by doing nothing. What parents should be teaching instead is the difference between saving, investing, and building assets. Saving is for emergencies, short-term goals, and peace of mind. It's a safety net, not a wealth-building tool. Investing, on the other hand, is how money grows. It's how you put your money to work so it earns more money over time. Most parents don't explain this distinction because they were never taught themselves. So they default to what they know and what feels safe. Save everything, avoid risk, and keep money in the bank. While that mindset prevents reckless behavior, it also prevents long-term growth. You need money to make money. This mindset is one of the most damaging financial beliefs out there, and it often gets passed from parents to children without any bad intention. Phrases like, "we're not rich, so we can't invest," "you need money to start a business," or "investing is only for wealthy people" sound harmless, but over time they shape how people see money and opportunity. When you hear this growing up, you start to believe that wealth is something reserved for others, not for you. That belief alone is enough to keep someone stuck financially for decades. If you think you're disqualified from the game before it even starts, you won't learn the rules, you won't look for opportunities, and you definitely won't take action. You stay in survival mode instead of growth mode. The truth is very different from what most people are taught. Today, you can start investing with as little as $5 or $10 using beginner-friendly apps and platforms. You don't need thousands of dollars or a finance degree. The goal at the start isn't massive returns, it's building the habit, learning how markets work, and getting comfortable with investing early. The same applies to starting a business. You no longer need a physical storefront, employees, or big loans. Many businesses today are built with almost no upfront money by using skills, time, and the internet. Freelancing, digital products, content creation, online services, and consulting all require more effort and learning than cash. Some of the world's biggest companies started in garages, dorm rooms, or bedrooms with little more than an idea and persistence. What actually matters is knowledge, creativity, and the willingness to take action. Money helps, but it's not the gatekeeper people think it is. When parents unintentionally teach kids that money is the main barrier, those kids grow up believing wealth building is out of reach. Work hard and you'll get rewarded. This might be the most dangerous lie of all because it sounds so virtuous. Parents say, "just work hard and you'll get ahead," with complete sincerity. And kids believe it. Then they get into the workforce and they work hard, really hard, and they're still broke. Why? Because hard work alone doesn't create wealth. The world is full of people working 2 or 3 jobs, working themselves to exhaustion, and barely making ends meet. Hard work is important, but working smart is what actually creates financial freedom. It's about leverage, strategy, and making your money work for you instead of just trading time for money. When parents push the hard work narrative without teaching financial intelligence, they create kids who grow up to be burned out employees, wondering why they're not getting ahead, despite doing everything right. They never learn that wealth comes from ownership, systems, and making strategic decisions, not just from punching a clock and hoping someone notices. Once you recognize this money lie, you start to see finances differently, not as something to fear or avoid, but as a tool you can learn to use intentionally. The beliefs you carry shape the decisions you make, and those decisions shape your future. Did you grow up hearing this message too? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear how it influenced you. If this video helped you rethink what you were taught about money, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could benefit from a new perspective. Until next time, stay curious, stay aware, and keep building a healthier relationship with money.